Hello and welcome. This is okay. Let's start from here. Let's assume that you wanted to get into farming and you wanted to become an entrepreneur, an agricultural entrepreneur. Now, traditionally, to be a successful farmer, you required extensive periods or extensive years of experience and knowledge. And if you want to get into farming as an entrepreneur, that is a big problem. It means you would have to lose, say, around 2 years of potential profit and productivity and efficiency trying to learn the ins and the outs of the entire agriculture system or whatever project that you are setting up. Because the farmer who is going to grow tomatoes needs to understand how tomatoes feed, how they grow, and how best to protect them against diseases and pests. And that is the characteristic of majority of the farming operations that we see around. So how do you help an entrepreneur or help someone who is already doing farming and they are interested in increasing efficiency, increasing productivity on their farm, and having an agronomist on their fingertips, one that they don't have to first call up on a phone and schedule a meeting and send them over to the farm to look at whatever is the potential problem that is afflicting one's crops. But you have one who is 24/7 available and is knowledgeable, in fact, even more knowledgeable than a typical PhD agriculturist, more knowledgeable than, say, the professors in a certain university of agriculture, and is very quick, good at problem solving, even beyond what a human is capable of. And this is the future that I am bringing to you, and this is the future that I am trying to sell you into. Enter AgriSage. AgriSage is a platform that has a core of the Internet of Things, IoT. In other words, these are like sensors which are able to communicate with a central computer. They take information from the field, send it to a processing module or a processing unit, and the processing unit makes sense of that information, comes up with solutions, and devises the next steps that are to be taken. So we are presenting AgriSage, and in this model, as you can see, now you are looking at the backend API calls, right? How the system runs, and these are the different API calls that we make to the backend to execute and for it to execute its operations. So you must understand that it is very possible to automate a large portion of your agriculture processing and the processes. It is very possible. It is very possible to delegate the care of, say, 100 acres of coffee, 100 acres of sunflower, 100 acres of whatever crop it is in the open field to AgriSage. What AgriSage will do is it will every now and then deploy an army of drones that will fly out into the field, gather information, both video and images, and then it will know how many coffee plants that you have in your garden and where each one of them is located. And so the drones will go gather information and data about the crop's health and about its nutrition status. So for example, if there is, say, rust, and the platform and the AI picks up incidences or the symptoms of the rust disease, it will send that information and also the crop and the zone to the central server. And the central server will being run or being managed by the AI system, will be able to devise a solution to that problem. So if it is rust, it will recommend a fungicide. If it is powdery mildew, it will recommend a fungicide. If it is stress, it will recommend a product that is biological in nature, a product that will lessen the impact of the environmental factors that are contributing to the stress. Perhaps it might suggest spraying biostimulants. All of this is done autonomously. And once it has identified that problem, it will send the information to farm staff. And then the staff will go to the specific crop and they will spray the biostimulant and the crop will be protected somehow. Same thing applies with the diseases, same thing applies with the harvest, because still the AI system will be able to determine that your coffee, the berries are ripe and are ready for harvesting. And so it will send that information. So when it comes to farm management, it becomes extremely efficient, and the system does not take a break. A system does not take a holiday. A system does not sleep at all, but it continues functioning. And as it functions, you do more and you do better. And this is what we are proposing with AgriSage, and this is the future of farming. Now, one more other thing, I'm building this system such that it is scalable. In other words, it should be able to manage several farms, farms in different areas and geographical areas. It should be able to be applicable nationwide, whether through the dashboard or through API calls. And this, my dear friends and my good friends, is AgriSage. And this is the project that we are working on. It is still being built out and we are testing all the components. And this way, we'll be able to increase farm productivity, farm efficiency, and the yields will be much more than is usually gotten and is usually expected. Crop management will be top-notch. Disease management will be top-notch. Yields will easily be processed quite easily, and everything will be wonderful. We believe with this technology, we will immensely and greatly contribute to Africa's food security. And this is the future of